Two of the biggest names in adventure motorcycling have just been caught with their pants down, undressed by spy photographers with lenses sharp enough to make PR departments sweat. Royal Enfield Himalayan 750 and KTM 790 Adventure have both been spotted testing this summer. On paper, this looks like the biggest middleweight adventure shakeup in years. But strip away the marketing spin, and you find two very different stories. One about a company still hiding the single number that matters most, and another about a redesign that might be more paint than substance. Let's start with Royal Enfield. The Himalayan 750 has been teased since a Milan concept over a year ago, and new spy shots show it wearing alloy wheels, road tires, and a production-ready dashboard. Translation: launch is close. But close has been the story since early 2025. Since then, Royal Enfield has staged high-altitude test rides in Ladakh, reportedly with its own CEO on board, and slow-walked this bike's evolution in full public view. That's not an accident. That's a company that knows exactly how to drip-feed hype. Here's what we do know. Two versions are coming, one for the road, one for off-road, sharing the same platform, a smart way to sell one bike to two audiences without engineering two. The engine is a bored-out version of the familiar 650 twin, now pushing towards 750 cubic centimeters and targeting around 60 horsepower, up from 48. Finally competitive on paper with Western rivals. But notice what Royal Enfield has not said. Not once. Torque. For an adventure bike, torque decides whether it can actually pull you through sand or up a mountain pass, and it's the one figure missing from every statement so far. That's a company hoping a horsepower headline distracts you from the number it isn't ready to share. And on price, anything circulating online, including estimates just above €7,000, is a guess dressed up as fact. Royal Enfield has confirmed nothing. Now to KTM. The Austrian brand is reworking its middleweight lineup from both ends at once. The 690 Rally is essentially a dressed-up 690 Enduro. Same 79 horsepower single, bigger tank, passenger grab handles, and a titanium Akrapovic exhaust to justify a higher price tag. The 790 Adventure is the more interesting case, and honestly, the more disappointing one. 7 years after the original, and 3 years after it returned as the budget option below the 890, KTM has finally redesigned the tank. Gone is the polarizing low and forward fuel cell, replaced by a conventional layout. The front end even borrows the same Dakar-inspired face KTM is giving the bigger 990. But look closer and the story falls apart. The chassis is unchanged. The engine, a 799cc parallel twin making 95 horsepower and 87 Nm of torque, is unchanged. Even the 5-inch dashboard is carried straight over, while the bigger 990 gets a full touchscreen. This isn't a next-generation adventure bike. It's a styling refresh wearing a next-generation costume, and the only real engineering news is new WP braking hardware. Keeping costs down is a fair business call, but let's call this what it is, a facelift, not a revolution. So here's where that leaves us. Royal Enfield is promising more power and more tech, but is still hiding the torque figure that will define how this bike performs off-road, and hasn't confirmed a single price. KTM already holds the torque advantage, with a proven engine, but is selling you new bodywork on old bones and calling it progress. Neither company has shown its full hand yet.